Benson had every right to crash out, and the reason why we never took the time to understand it, because we weren't looking at things from his perspective. Could you imagine being a park manager, sending out a job role for people to apply to via Indeed? Mordecai and Rigby, they get the job. All they have to do is do stuff like clear out the bins, clean up the house, clear out the shed, mow the lawn. Simple, straightforward park activities. And then on the very first day of their job, somehow, some way, by playing rock, paper, scissors to see who keeps a chair, a old, washed up, thrown out chair, they end up summoning a black hole to the park. And you know, when I used to watch regular show back when I was 9, 10, when I was a little juvenile, I never used to quite understand the responsibility or the context of what Benson could be going through. But you really start to take it in a few episodes. For instance, you find out that Benson actually had a life prior to being a park manager. He used to run with a famous band. He used to be an ice hockey champion. Like heck, the nigga used to have a full head of hair. And yet he ended up being at a dead end job. And I'm not saying life is all bad, I'll be at a job you don't want to be at. But for the most part, I am sure he had other aspirations other than wanting to be a park manager. Add this in with the fact that that's the last line of sense of organization or sense of achievement that he has in his life. And every day coming to work, there are extensive ways that his patience is being tested. How on earth can you justify going to the moon and fighting with a giant? All because your employees were too lazy to do their job, and instead they were gallivanting and playing with a piano
that could teleport people.
And all they had to do to avoid all of this was to do the damn road that they were hired for to begin with. What are the odds of all the people that you hire a Mordecai and Rigby? A simple shed they couldn't paint, and not only could they paint it the correct color, but they broke it by running through it instead. They couldn't even set up their chairs.
The chairs.
They procrastinated doing the chairs so much that they ended up playing a game that summoned a 2D monster chasing people across the whole park. Think of it in real time. Imagine having a manager that lets you do what you want on the clock, just as long as you get the work done. I mean, he lets you play, he lets you order pizza, heck, he even steps out with his employees. He gets to know them on a deeper level. And all you have to do by returning the favor is to do your blood clot job. And even that, you can't do it. And even though Benson was extremely annoying at times, sometimes damnly insensitive.
Maybe if you'd been working like you were supposed to, none of this would have happened.
And he definitely deserved that chin check, because that was just inappropriate timing.
For the most part, he actually overplayed his part as a manager. Like, he never had to bond with his employees outside of work. He never had to go out his way to do any of the things that he done for his employees, but he did it anyways. He took the time to let them be them. He took the time to actually calm down to their level, and actually even got his way a couple times to even defend them to other people as well outside of the workplace. And hey, if I'm being real, as a nigga who works as an adult who's 22 years old, if I had a manager like Benson, happy absolute bloody days. The man will let me do whatever I want just as long as I work and I get my job done. A lot of the stuff Benson done, he didn't have to do, but he done it anyways, because not only was that his job, but also most importantly, he saw his employees as his eventual family. And through all the mistakes that he makes, one thing I can say about Benson is he is a damn good manager. And if anybody says otherwise, then they're bloody lying. If anything, if you ever decide to become a manager one day, follow the example of Benson. Not too much, but there's a few things that everyone could learn from him. And with that being said, we're live. Subscribe.